Hi everyone, and a really big warm welcome to the Equestrian Business Handbook. My name is Justina Cook, and this video is all about your business name. Now, sometimes when you start a business, it's very clear to you what that business name is going to be. Sometimes it isn't. So what I would recommend, first of all, if you're not 100% sure what your business name is going to be, is to have a brainstorming session. Now, what I normally do is get out a notebook and start writing down some ideas. You could type them into your phone if you liked as well, or if something came to you. Always make sure you can pop a name into your notes, because it's really, really frustrating if you're suddenly driving along and think, oh my God, I think of a really good name. And then you get where you're going and you haven't got anything to write it down on. So you could always pop that into the notes on your phone. So have a brainstorming session. If you can do that with a friend, even better still, because obviously they can chuck some other ideas in the pot. But when you've got some ideas narrowed down to what your name is, your business name is going to be, have a think about if your name says what you do, or does it clearly represent you. Sometimes you can have a business name obviously surrounding your own name, or it might be your service or your product. But always have a think about, is this a really good name for me? Does it describe my business clearly and me really well? If you want to use your own personal name, that's great, because you are obviously working on building you as a brand too. If you're using your product or service, that's also fine. There's no right or wrong way. It also gives you the flexibility to build yourself as a brand later. So say, for example, myself, I'm only just really starting to build JustinaCook.com as my own brand, because I've been building business and service up until this point. So when you've got your name in front of you, check your chosen name on Google and all your social platforms. An easy way to do this is with namecheck.com, which I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. And that basically takes you through all the available domain names the domain name that is connected to what you searched on, obviously, but the different variables of the domain names, I should say, and also the social platforms. If the name that you want to use has gone, you can use a variation of the name. Just make sure that your branding and everything is going to be really clearly about you. You want to make sure you stand out and something that's going to be uniquely you. So make sure you don't get lost in a long list of equestrians, because if somebody typed in equestrian into Google, for example, or Facebook, it's a really broad range. So it covers obviously a lot of areas within that. So think about getting a little bit more specific with your name on that. If you have got, if you are sharing the name with somebody else, or there's something very similar, then just make sure you create yourself a good strapline to go with your name. Now, this can be something which you stand for, something you believe in, or something that connects to your business. For example, I like the one at the moment, and I'm using it quite a bit, is business that work, life that inspires. But obviously it's got to be connected to your business. This can then become part of all your marketing. It can be on your Facebook, it could be on your cover photo, it could be in your descriptions on both of those. It could also be part of your logo, you could come on your clothing, etc. So always remember to create a good strap line to go with it. Don't be too concerned that it's stuck in stone or set in stone, because it can always be changed. My business name has changed slightly and evolved over the years. So don't panic and think that, oh God, it's got to be really, really right from the outset. Just so long as you're really happy with it and you feel great about it. This is namecheck.com. This is what it looks like when you go inside there. Type your name in the box at the top. It'll prompt you to do that. And then you can see what is available. The green ones are available. Okay, so that's got all the different types of domain names up there. I'd always recommend checking your domain name quite early on, because it's really frustrating if you go to all the time and effort of setting up your Facebook, setting up your logo, your branding and everything else, and then to find somebody else has got all the domain names, because quite often what tends to happen is people will buy the series of domain names connected to the particular name that they're going to use. So you can see here, for example, JustinaCook.com has gone. Somebody may come along and buy the whole lot, so nobody could potentially buy any of those and cause any confusion. You'd also see all the usernames underneath. Obviously, Facebook does allow people to have the same name, but obviously you can create your username to be slightly different. So say, for example, Justina Cook, there is more than one Justina Cook on Facebook. So my username is, this is Justina Cook, because I needed to create a variable on that. But just so that you've got something different, and it will automatically, you can share with people, and it will automatically take your customers to you. That is absolutely fine. Now, another great way, if you get stuck for business name ideas, is to go to Shopify. Now, Shopify is an e-commerce platform. We've got a fantastic training coming up for you on that in the next few weeks, if any of you are wanting to set up online shops and do e-commerce. But this tool is brilliant. You go in to this link here, you'll find it at shopify.co.uk/tools/business-name-generator. We will put the link up within the Facebook group as well, so you can find it easily there. But say, for example, this is a screenshot of one I did earlier. I typed your name into the box and clicked generate names. And Shopify found 4,842 available domains connecting your name, containing your name. Get my words out in a minute. So you can see, and it literally is page after page after page. So it gives you some fantastic ideas and plays around with it a little bit. So it'll work on the .coms to start with, and then go to other domains. So have a play around with that. You might find something really inspiring there. The other thing you can do if you are feeling a little bit stuck, or you can't quite decide on the one that's best for you, is pop it into the group on today's thread, get some input from other people within the group, and go from there. I hope you really found that this training useful, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the group.